Hello guys, Vixus here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Skrillex type scream bass in Logic. I know most of the tutorials out there are for Ableton because Skrillex uses Ableton, and basically it's really simple to do in Logic. There's several things you're going to need. You're going to need FM8, which is a synth by an FM synth by Native Instruments. You're also going to need the wow filter, a bit crusher, a ring shifter, and a sub bass. I just put the sub bass there. You don't really need it. I like it. It adds a little more sub to your bass, obviously. So with that, let's get started. We'll look at my synth here. I call it Skrillex bass. Basically what I did is there was a tutorial online to make this synth, and I've got various things, modulation linked to my MIDI controller. And basically what I did here is I had the basic principles of it. I screwed around with a little bit more. Basically, if you go down to Expert, you're going to enable operators E, F, Z. Then when you're on operator E, go down here, drag it up to 100. And then you're going to link operator F to Z, so drag that to 100 right there. You're also going to have Z out, so drag that to 100. That can be modulated. I chose not to. It's no big deal. It doesn't affect it that much, and I get too much resonance and crap when I try and use that one. I just have that at 87. That's linked to E. There's feedback on both E and F. I put the feedback on E at 23, the feedback on F at 26, and I went in here to operator E, and I did a 1 plus 3 plus 5 square. I cranked up the ratio to 3. Then I went to operator F, ratio is just 1, and I did the TX wave 8. And yeah, make sure the levels are all the way up. Then you go down to Z. And what you're going to want to modulate is this cutoff right here. This is a big thing. Sorry. Let me disable the effects so you guys can see what it sounds like. I'll bypass all this stuff first. Alright, too many windows open. Alright, let me get that too. Alright, so now that we've done that, basically this sounds, it's pretty flat sounding without the effects. But you can tell right there around 48, 61, that's where we get the growl sound. I also turned the resonance over here down to 40. You can turn it up if you like. It really doesn't matter as long as you don't have it up to 100. Sounds like a just ridiculous, way too much resonance. I also turn the resonance down here down to 36, the mode down here down to 37, the mode right there to 66, and the spread down to 10. I also have the envelope amplitude up to 7, the level up to 100, and I have a shelving EQ, which you don't really need that. I also put polyphony on, voices at 12. Then I went to the quality down here. I turned digital about 2/3 of the way up, and then analog's about 1/4 of the way up. I think that's mostly it for the synth. I don't think I'm missing anything. I just call it Skrillex bass, so not too impressive without the effects. Alright, now that we've covered that, that's it for the synth. Now the first thing I did was I went and got Sugar Bytes Wow filter. It's a great filter, one of the best ones out there. Other filters you could use are Bifilter, which is $50 cheaper. I don't know if it has the vowel mode, which is really works great for this bass, but it's got some frequency cutoffs and modulation that is absolutely amazing. So Bifilter's $50, and I think the Wow filter was $100. So yeah, if you don't have that, pick that up. And I modulated that too. I have it bypassed. See, even with that, that's a big difference. I turned the overdrive up to 100, which is probably way too much. Which is weird because it's not clipping yet. I haven't had clipping issues with it. So you can turn the just make sure you turn the overdrive up. You're also going to want to link this to the MIDI controller. I had problems linking it in here. My MIDI controller is kind of old school, and it won't learn that, so I just did the old Command L trick. And then learn mode, change the knob, turn the knob a little bit, and then voila, you turn the knob on your controller and it's set. I also have the resonance up at 100, the mix up at 100% wet, and that's it for that. It's not controlled by an envelope or by an LFO or anything, it's just controlled by hand. That's it for that. Make sure you turn on vowel mode. You can choose whatever vowels you want. I also have a bit crusher on here. That adds to the sound as well. Let me see if we can open that up. See, it adds a little bit of a crunch sound to it. Yeah, that's it's lovely. So still no clipping for some reason. Not that I'm complaining, but that's pretty amazing. Even with bit crusher on. I turned the drive up to 4 decibels, kept the resolution at 8-bit, and I turned the downsampling up to 4. And then on the sub bass, I think I just used a preset. Yeah, I just used a preset. Oh, I do get some clipping right there. So you might want to turn it down a little bit. See if... Oh, still getting some clipping. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe this will help it. Screw it. I'll just turn the volume down. No clipping. Ha! Alright. So that's it for the sub bass. Shows preset. Make sure it's not clipping. Make sure you leave plenty of headroom for mastering and whatnot. I also went to the ring shifter, which was the final thing. It took me forever to figure this out, because everyone else was using Ableton's filters that have frequency modulation and resonant modulation, which Logic doesn't really have anything like that. It's kind of a bummer, but this is the cleanest way I found to do it, was to use the ring shifter. And basically, I went in and I went to dual. Didn't use preset or anything. It's just the default. And what I did was I modulate this. You can get a pretty sick sound out of it. So that was the final piece. I'm clipping again. Alright, so I guess I gotta turn it down. Nope. There we go. So that was the final piece in constructing this. I'm just linked this to my controller as well. So basically you get the idea. Just link that to the controller, and that's the last one I put on it. And if you want, you don't have to use the bit crusher. You can always, you know, if you have the money to shell out, I recommend buying Homicide, because it is a great. It's probably the best distortion out there. It's multi-band. It's pretty great. Cut off frequencies and whatnot. You can set different distortions to different frequencies. But that's really it, and you know, I came out with something like this. It's nothing special, just something quick. These are drum samples. All the sounds came from all the plugins and effects that I have listed on the FM8 channel. So, you know, nothing special, just a tutorial. Yeah, so basically that's pretty much the gist of it. If you want, you can change a little bit of it. Yeah, and that's it.